This is another episode of Engineering on the Cheap, and here we have a beginnings makings of the repair of a rotisserie system. Here's where there will be a spit attached to this end, so it'll be extending straight out this way. And this is the motor. It's from a car windshield wiper. It's been mounted onto some kind of a bicycle welded up structure, right? This is the neck of a bike. It's welded onto a shaft of the pedal, right? There you go. And the chain is going to go from there to there. This is all cockeyed. I don't know if you can see that, but this is bent because the metal they use is not stiff enough. So what we're going to do basically is we're going to mount this, everything all kind of perpendicular, and we're going to mount the motor perpendicular, and we're going to put a nice steel plate here, 1/4 inch steel plate, remount the motor, and give it a little bit beefier of a pipe here. We'll use this one. We can turn it on. It has 2 speeds right now. It's dodgy. I gotta tell you, this is dodgy. I don't know who set it up, but it's 1 speed and high speed. So 2 speeds, and I honestly don't know how it's obtaining those 2 speeds. I don't think it's a resistor. Hopefully it's not a resistor, so hopefully it's some kind of a pulse width modulation from inside there, but I'm not sure. So we're going to cut this plate here, 1/4 inch thick, and we're going to make it, I guess, 3.5 inches right here. And we'll start off with that. Actually, what do we got here? Oh, 4 inches by, okay, gotcha. This plate doesn't look like it's been sheared parallel, so I wonder where my 4 inches is, if it's here or if it's here. But we're not going to worry about that. I don't think we're going to even square it up. This is not a tight tolerance project. Oh, sorry, made in, made in Canada. 50 years ago. So we're going to take this motor off. Also, we're going to, when we install this and everything, we're going to have this situated like this. We're going to rotate this like so and put it down here. Make it look nicer. Okay, we have marked this so that we know the orientation, just, you know, for this bracket. Okay, again, now this is not exactly rocket science, but I'm going to weld this on, right? The new piece, obviously, not this little Mickey Mouse. And I just need a little bit of meat here, right? It's 1/4 inch, so it shouldn't melt when I arc weld it, but I just want to inset it about 200 thou so that I can get a nice bead around there. And I'm just going to transfer punch all these holes onto it. Oh, I might transfer punch the center mark of this as well. Mind you, it's not necessarily needed to be exactly in this position, right? I can just kind of eyeball that after. So yeah, so I'm just going to hold this together with a clamp. I got enough meat around these edges, right? You don't want the holes right next to the edges, and looks like here I'll just use my milling machine to mill out this section here. So we'll do a little bit of milling work too, just for fun, even though we can use the, maybe we'll just use the grinder and cut that out, because that's going to interfere with the motor for some reason. It has to be cut out. Okay, we use a nice heavy hammer for this, right? Oh, that one kind of got stuck in there. And this one I got an eyeball because it doesn't want to, we'll use some clearance holes for that anyways, okay? there, and then I'll eyeball this one. Could probably eyeball it, or I can try to do something there. So that's the diameter there, and we're going to divide that by 2, and there you have it, divided by 2, and we're going to somehow make a rough where all these lines kind of intersect. We are going to punch it with our transfer punch. That we don't need a transfer punch for this, but the center. So now we have our locations of all the holes roughly. That one being there too. And we have also a motor side. Right? Okay, so this is where the post is going to come up. This is not the motor side. This is the post side. Let's call it the post side. Here. Doesn't look like too much in the center, but that's what it is. All right, now we have the boring bar in place, and we're just going to painstakingly make that hole huge. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna give her a nice juice up. There we go. So 1/4-inch holes now over here. No center drill, I don't know why. Don't even know. That's pretty dull. Okay, that's pretty much the fitment. Just gonna use a 6011 and about, oh, it's a 332 rod and about 75, 80 amps. We're gonna see what we can do. We're back in the shop. Bracket is welded up now. Okay, so let's take a look at how we're gonna do this. I'll mount the motor onto the bracket, and this is the chain from a garage door opener. So it's almost the same pitch as the bicycle chain. So we're gonna try and use that. Also, we're gonna have to buy bicycle chain. Let's see, should be okay. As long as it goes around. Yeah, there you go. It's pretty good. There you go. So I've been holding on to that for a good 20 or 30 years. Finally get to use that. Mount this. Now there could be a chain adjustment this way, just by rotating that, or through this point. So of course we don't have a master link anywhere, so we're gonna just do it the good old-fashioned way. We're gonna sever it right here, the chain. Right, we're gonna grind it off this pin, and we're gonna just hit it out, and we're going to connect it with some kind of a pin or use the existing pin to do it. Okay? Or we have to go to the store and buy a master link, but we're not going to the store. Okay, so I just basically mark where I'm going to grind that flat. So I'll grind and grind this one. And then once they're flat, you just put a wedge in between here, in between the link, and just push it off. Right? I'll just take it to the bench to do that, grinder bench. Okay, so we just grind that flat. Now we'll just get a screwdriver in there and just pull this off, or a chisel. But yeah, basically just put it down. I'll show that. Right, so this is how to do it. I mean, really good old days. Oh, you can also use a chain brake to do this. They sell them for $5 at Walmart. There you go. So that's gone. The link is gone. Here's the link. Here's the chain. And we might have to use this link, right? If we can't find a master link. I had master links all over the place. Now I can't find them. Okay, so this is what we have here now, and I think we have a cotter pin that pretty much is the right diameter for that. Okay, so we'll just, and you gotta look at the application too, right? Like, this is totally fine for that, right? So we'll see how this works out. Okay, you wouldn't really use that for a bicycle, but we would use it for this. Oh wait, let's just put this over here. And obviously we're gonna have to cut that. There you go. Looks good. There's a chain adjustment right there. Okay, you'll just rotate that into position. the motor into position and then tighten up these bolts here. Just going to seal the deal here somehow, right? And we'll cut off those ends, right? Cut off the ends. It might be sticking out a bit too much, it looks like. Let's find out. Maybe it's okay. There you go. Oh. Okay, I'm just charging up a battery so we can try this thing out. And I'm just gonna also throw this on the milling machine because I don't like the way this neck, I don't have the proper bolts for it, right? But there's an angle to it, so it just cocks the bolt a little bit, and I don't like that. So I'm going to slap it on the milling machine and just mill it flat. This is like an aluminum. I'll cut it so easily. Here we have it. It's just the gooseneck, right? We're just going to machine these flat here. That's it. Because obviously we're not going to buy the countersinking bolts, or what do they call them? The cap bolts, right? Cap bolts generally go in there. Be nice to have cap bolts, but. All right, so we're just going to start off with the cutter eyeballed into the center of those holes, right? And we're just going to, we marked up how we want it flat, right? With the nut on this side. So we're just gonna mill off that by eye, roughly, okay? Nothing too precise here. Climb mill, even though we don't like doing that, but 100 thou about. This is soft metal, right? Maybe I took a little bit too deep of a cut, not really sure. Looks good enough. There you go, now the nuts can go flat on there. That's all we wanted, really. Let's put it back together. Okay, let's show you it working. However, I made a big boo-boo and now I'm regretting it. Here you go, it's working. There's 2 speeds. This is rotisserie action there, right? On that end. That's a fast speed. That's a slow speed. Big boo-boo I did though. Huge boo-boo. Going to the milling machine and trying to make something that wasn't broken better. Obviously, I remember I mentioned that I might have taken too much off there. Well, when I'm tightening up the gooseneck, it snapped. And of course, I put grade 5 bolts on here at least, and I think there's 1 grade 8 bolt. These were just these are just crappy. I don't know, maybe grade 2. So anyways, now we have to get a nice gooseneck top for it. Great. Okay, to circumvent everything from me having to get a new gooseneck, I'm just gonna run a bead here, weld it up and onto the other side, and then all the adjustment will be done through this tube here, loosening up this and loosening up this. But that gives him rotation motion, which I didn't want to give him, but you know what, I'm not gonna get myself a new gooseneck. whatever this piece is, adapter. Yeah. If I only had looked in the bag that the chain came in, I'll find a sprocket, and I'll find, what else will I find here? Oh, master links. Okay, so we know where the master links is, so we'll replace that with the master link. So we have to grind this one off, take it off, put a nice master link on for him. I'll make it look nice. We'll weld up here, and the adjustment will just be solely through the stem here, which is fine. I've tightened up the bearing a bit here, right? And yeah, we'll take it from there. But it's starting to look really good. So we're almost done here, and we're just getting the RPMs. At slow speed, it's 5.3 revolutions per minute, and on high speed, it's 7.6 revolutions per minute, and basically 12 volts. The voltage dropped a little bit, the battery's not the best, and anyways, that's the spec, right? So that's slow speed, and this is high speed. We are gonna put in a new master link right about now. Okay, so we're gonna change the master link. We're just gonna cut over here. Cut off this. Oh dear God. Oh wow. Yeah, we're just gonna cut that off. Cutting this is not so easy because it's a perfect, virtually perfect size. So now it has to be ground on. Okay, we just pulled that little piece out, and now this little piece out. Let's see, where I need that. Just take this clip off. Oh, Jesus, we have to grind off this piece. Take it to the bench grinder. Okay, we've taken off that link. It's not actually a full link, right? It's that half link. I call it the female side, right? I don't care what it's really called. Sure, it has a proper name. So we're just going to. All right. That like that, that like that. Let's put on the master link now. And the rotation was this way, so we put the clip on this way. Right? That's kind of obvious thing, the way the shape of the clip is. It's like an arrowhead, and you put it in the direction of the rotation. One step closer to perfection. So with the chain this loose, seems to be pretty good. Like there's not that much backlash, right, for the rotisserie. As I mentioned, I've tightened up the bearings ever so slightly. They were really loose. I did that on this side, right? On this side there's another connection like this, but oddly enough there's not a locking nut on there, but yeah, just the center part. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this switch here or give him like a nice switch. Maybe you know, just a nice switch, on off switch, and just a speed selection kind of thing. So like something like this, maybe a, I don't know. This is a single throw, but we want a double throw, right? The on, off, and 2 different speeds. So we're just gonna maybe look at the wiring inside here for a bit. So basically, this is on high, this is on low, this is off, and yeah, we might look into that. Let's look into that, because it's just making me nervous to keep something so like janky like this. Like, what is all this stuff? But we may leave it like this. We might. Okay, so again, we're just gonna run the bead right along there. Then we'll take this off and run a bead on the other side. Rotisserie extraordinaire. There it is, completed job. Thanks for watching.